Hello and welcome to the International Pentagon Challenge. My name is Kyanite and together we'll be embarking on a very special Football Manager journey where we'll aim to try and win every major international competition in all 5 continents, forcing our hand to play with hundreds of different types of players and most importantly hopefully create loads of awesome different types of tactics along the way. Once that's complete, only then are we allowed to set our sights on the biggest of all goals, the FIFA World Cup. How many nations will we have to manage until we work our way to the top? How many dodgy names will we have to pronounce along the way? So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully we're going to have a lot of fun along the way. Alright, hello everyone and welcome to episode 84 of the International Pentagon Challenge. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed, because in theory if you hit the subscribe button when you're subscribed it unsubscribes you, even though it then says unsubscribe. So is it really then the subscribe button? I don't know. But as you can see, we are now following in the man, the myth, the legend, Vicente del Bosque's footsteps and becoming the Spain manager. Now, if you remember a few episodes back prior to us starting off the Gold Cup where we managed to conquer North America, you'll remember that I kind of had a job offer from Spain there and then. It was post-World Cup, and I obviously turned it down because we hadn't quite conquered North America yet, and it felt the fact that we were already at Mexico, we weren't really going to get a better chance to do it other than then. And I was kind of worried that the nations that I turned down then would get a little bit bitter and not actually offer me the job again in the future, but I wasn't at the same time sure whether or not that kind of mentality, that kind of thinking was a thing in Football Manager in the first place, and as we can see it certainly isn't. So I think I left you guys around July 2035, so it has been a year that I've progressed off camera, and as you can see I've not managed any games since that Gold Cup victory over Guatemala, of course. And in terms of jobs we got offered, France, Hungary, Italy, Holland, Poland, Spain and Serbia all were interested in my services. And this was obviously just after, I believe, the Euros, where Spain actually got knocked out 2-1 by England, which obviously is quite a disappointing result for them. But what wasn't a disappointing result was a win for the Ukraine. So we've seen some very interesting results over the past few years in this International Pentagon Challenge. But credit where it's due to Ukraine and Roman Sanzar, who's obviously doing a fantastic job if they've somehow managed to become the champions of Europe. But that 2-1 side, how did I decide whether I wanted to go to Spain, Holland, Italy or France? Now I'm not going to lie, it was a very, very tough one. And the main thing that drew me towards Spain, the main factor that drew me towards Spain, I just realised I received all them job offers at midnight, was the fact that the Spanish seemed to have the younger squad. So what I did was I kind of looked at the best players. So for example, if we go to France right now and click on tactics, or for example senior squad, I can then order by the value of players, which most of the time refers to, you know, how good a player is, and then kind of looked at the ages of some of these players. And thinking forwards, obviously the World Cup is going to be the next major tournament that we have to tackle before coming back round to the Euros, because Euro 2036 has obviously just happened, hence why managers got sacked. So I am the type of manager that wants to build for the future. So if the next Euros is literally in the next 4 years, amongst of our best players will not be there. So if I came into like the France job, I would basically have to kick out anyone over the age of about 29 and replace them with youngsters. And while, you know, France produce amazing youngsters, it means you've got to do more of a job in a way. Hopefully you understand where I'm coming from. And if you compare that to Spain, while Italy and Holland were in, you know, the same scenario, if we look at, I'm not quite sure why I'm doing that. Oh, can we actually see? Well, we can't see. But if you actually look at some of our players in Spain, our better players are actually quite young, which obviously is a decisive factor. So we can take a look at some of our top players. This is going to be a short episode. It's just one of them catch-up episodes, really. The second I click on our top player, it gives me a 34-year-old. This is obviously someone I am going to be looking to phase out. Let's view national team. It's not letting me... Oh, let me go choose a tactic, and then we can actually take a look properly. Okay, here we go. So it didn't turn out like that I needed to set a tactic. I just needed to change that. I didn't actually realise I had it set to something else. Okay, so if we take a look here at our highest valued players, we can see that the average age is a lot younger than, for example, that France team. So 25, 23, 25. The 29s aren't too bad. 22, 24, 24. You see where I'm coming from? And that, for me, is why I went with Spain. So we're going to take a quick look at some of our better players, because this is going to be a bit of a short catch-up style episode, and then we will go from there. So as we can see, Julian, 25 years old, lad plays up front for the mighty Barcelona, and really those attributes speak for themselves. Probably will end up being the best ever player we've managed so far in this International Pentagon Challenge. Better than any of the English players we managed when we were managing England, and I am really looking forward to using him. It looks like an absolute beast. You know, he's got pace, he's got strength, he's got composure and finishing, he's good in the air as well. Antony, another Barcelona player next, and when you've got so many Barcelona players, it really says it all. Deep line playmaker, 18 passing, 17 vision, 16 technique. You know, dribbling and whatnot could be a little bit better, that's why he's a deep line playmaker, but, you know, literally on another level, completely different level to some of the players we've managed in the past, which is nice to see. Another Barcelona player, and bear in mind I'm a bit of a Madridista here, so I'm not too much of a fan of this, but hey, we got to deal with the hand that we've been dealt. Asier Osoro, centre-back, 17 strength, 15 jumping reach. Could be a little bit taller, but really, I don't think it'll make that much of a difference given his jumping reach. 15 heading, 16 marking, 17 tackling. This guy is PK reincarnated. Well, actually, maybe not PK reincarnated. Let's go with Puyol. Puyol will be a lot more aggressive, though. I don't know. He's some Helguera. We'll go with Helguera. He wasn't the best, but he was pretty solid at the same time. We've got Israel Alvarez, plays for Man City, 29 years old. But even though he's 29 years old, 15 acceleration, 14 pace, 16 crossing, will still do one heck of a job for us on either of the two wings. With 16 dribbling like that, it'd probably be a shame not to use him as an inside forward. Really looking forward to using him. Aaron Molina, 29 years old, plays for Atletico Madrid. Those attributes speak for themselves, and we'll take a look at one more player who's a bit of a youngster, Inaki. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Aketeze, like xylophone. Aketexe. I'm not sure. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. I know there was a Mexican watching, so you probably know Spanish, so you might be able to tell me how on earth I should go about pronouncing that. This guy finally is a Madridista, plays for Real Madrid. Not quite as good as a Barcelona player, it has to be said. But attacking midfielder, decent first touch, composure, flair and all that jazz. You know, passing could be a little bit better, but when you've got 19 vision, could be a useful player regardless. Plays for Real Madrid, only 22 years old, so he is going to constantly improve. And that is really going to be it for this episode. I don't really know what more to say. As you can see, I just put this tactic in for the sake of it. So this first glance of this Spanish team is literally my first glance of the Spanish team as well. So we're both on a level playing field here. In terms of what we've got coming up, we're obviously going to have to book a few friendlies in, but the Nations League is going to be coming thick and fast. We have England in our group along with Bulgaria, so ideally for us, I want to top the group. I do feel like we should be able to take England. I think, you know, it's going to be, as a Blackburn Rovers fan in real life, it's going to be a bit disappointing to have to beat Tony Mowbray, but unfortunately, Mogger, we're going to have to get revenge for that 2-1 win in the Euro quarter final. And that is really it. So this is a second attempt for us in Europe. First time round, we weren't that successful with England. I say bring it on. What better nation to try and win it with than the Spaniards themselves? And if it does go pear-shaped, then we've always got South America available to go and disappear for a few years and come back to Europe later if we need to. So, yep, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and as always, thanks for watching.